whatever in here. Yeah, it's gonna be a really good one. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I think your mic. Let's do a mic test again. I think it sounded really good. We won't have any issues over there.
Testing, testing, testing.
Nice and loud. Very good. Very good. Are you going to do you plan to share any screen or any presentation from
No,
your
I'm
side?
good. No, no, no.
Okay.
For that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We'll start less than a minute. 1 second. Okay, let me start the recording and we will kick it off. And we are live. Welcome everyone to the Ninja Lounge. We are really excited for today's AMA. We have Bitrock in the Ninja Lounge. For those who don't know Bitrock, it's a layer 2 EVM. They stealth launched a month ago. They have been doing such an amazing job when it comes like delivering and building, developing everything that the chain needs to have over there. Including all the partnerships that project might need in order to launch over there as well with a full support. But yeah, I do have Procrastinator here. So welcome to the Ninja Lounge. If you could please introduce yourself and give us a short introduction about the team behind the Bitrock project.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having us, guys. First of all, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, nice and clear.
Awesome. So thanks for having us. It was a little bit tight with with the coin merge showcase, but we made it, I think, pretty close on time here. So I'm happy we made that work. Yeah. So first of all, thanks for having us, guys. Really excited to be here. So as you mentioned, Bitrock is a layer 2 Ethereum solution. Before I dive into that, a very quick introduction about myself. I've been involved with crypto for about 7 years now, 6 or 7. And for the most part, up until 2021, I was just an investor. Started kind of getting more involved with DMing team members and stuff like that as an investor with ideas that they could, consider for promoting the project or strategies or stuff like that. Since 2021, just ideas as an investor, kind of working for his bag in a way. And over the last couple of years, started kind of building more and more contacts and kind of trust within the scene. And yeah, I got involved with Bitrock. I mean, essentially, kind of a week into the launch, I got a message. Kind of started talking with the team about the project a little bit before the launch. But in terms of the work that I do, in terms of working with the other team members, I'm mostly concerned or involved in the community management side and AMA hostings and some strategy and advisory as well, which is kind of the area that I kind of tend to drift more towards. I'm an engineer by profession, but crypto is kind of one of my side passions alongside other things like music or working out or stuff like that. So right now it's taken up pretty much all my time though. So it's a very time intensive job, but the work that we're putting in will hopefully pay off in the long term. And the work never stops really, but we're just trying to kind of spread the word about the project, especially that we're just a month old. So more on the project side, the project work, I think I mentioned this in the CoinMerge AMA as well, the work on the blockchain development started 2 months before launch, and it was purely self-funded by the team. So the blockchain is not a fork. It's basically built from scratch using like Hyperledger, Besu, and the Java framework and stuff like that, along with, we have the development team. We have currently 1.5, I would say. We have one full-time developer along with someone who helps him out as well, who also does other things in the project, and he's also the project owner. I'm getting messages from people telling me my mic volume goes up and down. Is this happening, guys?
Yeah, it's like you're fading in and out. That's true.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'll try to keep it as steady as I can. I'm not sure why that's happening with Telegram. It tends to be fine on Twitter, but that's kind of strange. Again, Telegram is a little bit buggy. So
Yeah.
anyway, sorry about that, guys. I'll try to be loud so even when I'm a bit low, people can still hear me. So yeah, Bitrock is a layer 2 Ethereum blockchain. It is IBFT 2.0. It is a proof of authority consensus as opposed to proof of stake or proof of work, which essentially enables the project or the blockchain to be faster than most other non-proof of authority blockchains and the layer 2 blockchains on the market, as well as having quite low gas fees as well. So our gas fees are near zero. Currently, they're probably 0.5 or 6 zeros $1 per transaction on the mainnet, which is extremely low, lower certainly than a lot of the major players on the L2 space like Arbitrum or Optimism, and others as well, even Base. So our block time is 2 seconds, and our TPS or transactions per second is 13,000 currently, is what we've just tested and announced a couple of days ago. There's room for it to go higher once we stabilize. The official project launch is coming next week, which I'll get to in a bit. But we kind of wanted to make sure that we're a bit safe. But 13,000 is actually well above the average, especially in terms of the competition in the market, and even with some of the bigger players like Matic and so on. And at the same time, there is room for it to go even higher. So we're not even stopping there. So that's in terms of the blockchain infrastructure. We also have a couple of, obviously, the mainnet, for those who don't know, our mainnet was live on day 3. Our Explorer, Launchpad, we partnered with Sphinx Labs for certain utilities for us to be integrated into their tools. So we have our bridge live with them. We have the charting live with them. We're integrated into their swap, into their launchpad, and pretty much all of their utilities. So the bridge is live. So the bridge is live, and the LP locker is live as well with Sphinx as well. The DEX is live, our own DEX, which is RockSwap. The Explorer is live. Everything is live. We even have a Telegram scanner bot to put essentially your contracts in, and it's sort of like a token sniffer thing. And yeah, we have staking live as well, currently at a 60% APY, down from 90% when we launched. And obviously this is actually a good thing because the team is definitely long-term minded in terms of sustainability of the staking. We will have staking on the mainnet coming soon. The exact date will be confirmed as we're sorting out the final details. What else have I missed? I mean, I'll kind of let you steer the discussion, and we'll go from there.
Take a breath. Take a breath. We had the Twitter space as well, but yeah, man. So far, so good. Great job over there. As we mentioned, you guys stealth launched like a month ago. Chart looks really great. It has that healthy kind of like price movement over there. Now, how many people are you in the core team? Because you have built so much with such a short period of time, and has been everything in-house?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we have 4 core team members, and then I work with them as well in terms of the capacity that I mentioned earlier. But in total, in terms of the core team, aside, From me working in my capacity, there's 4 core team members. And then obviously we have different partners for marketing. We have some marketing in-house, obviously. We have Bitrock Lesnar, who's the CMO of the project. And we have marketing partners, Brother Marketing. We're working with them very heavily, and we have a long-term partnership. And we work with J&R Advisors for our exchange listings. And both of these guys, or both of these groups, have worked with Pepe and Pepe 2.0 in terms of exchange listings to get them actually for all their listings, including Binance, as well as the marketing side of things as well. So really excited to be working with them. And we have multiple other partners as well, Rude's Lounge, Nifty Investor, Jolly Beanstalk. There's a whole bunch of different long-term partners that we have on Twitter, Telegram, Discord, so on. So if you kind of look at the full kind of size of the team and the partners that we work with, probably around 20, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a big one. And as a blockchain, you actually need such a great kind of such a big team and partners as well, and advisors over there, because especially once you guys will kind of like start becoming busy with projects, they will need help, they will need some marketing push, they will need KYC, some of that stuff. So yeah, makes sense. Now when it comes to the speed, 13K TPS, it's really great. Even BNB on Optimism has like 4K, so and they are a big name of the space. So you guys definitely have 3x over there compared to them.
Yeah.
Why proof of authority? Is it only mainly due to the speed, or why not proof of work or proof of stake?
There's multiple reasons. The first reason is the fact that there's not many blockchains doing it, whether L1 or L2, and especially L2. So that's part of our value proposition. Number 2 is, yes, the speed and the gas fees and the infrastructure and so on. Number 4 is because in terms of the mining side, there isn't really mining. It's based on node validations using validators, which is kind of like the proof of authority equivalent of mining. And there's a very high, or it's highly reduced in terms of technical requirements for the hardware needed to be a validator, as opposed to someone who needs to, buy a lot of hardware and graphics cards and blah, 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 and a warehouse space or something to be a miner. So that's part of our value proposition as well. Yeah, so, and obviously in terms of scalability and security, proof of authority definitely is a leader in that area, so.
Yeah, and when it comes to proof of authority, kind of like the rumors and what's been said is like it's more centralized in a way. Have you guys noticed something like that? Yeah. Have you kind
of like
a little
bit more centralized for sure.
Yeah. Have you noticed anyone kind of like bringing this up, like a concern or something like that?
We have had people mention that, but again, it's a part of the value proposition because, the key is to balance the centralization versus decentralization. It's not fully either one, but at the same time, a little bit of centralization can actually be seen as an advantage, because when you're working with somewhat the validators that are used for the blockchain, when you kind of have a little bit more knowledge of those validators, the people behind them, and so on, it becomes a little bit more secure in a way. There's not bad actors in a way, or you try to limit that, as opposed to, for example, miners, and you prevent competition, or limit a little bit more on the competition side for the block rewards. So the block rewards are about 0.0001 Bitrock per 2-second block validated. So there's no kind of competition in that area much in terms of, whoever kind of charges the lowest gets to validate or gets to mine and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, definitely there is that competition over there, and you kind of like it's a good advantage for the project itself. And just a reminder for everyone, if you have any questions, please drop them in the main chat and we'll bring them up, or you can wait till the Q&A session in the end. We forgot to mention that. Good. So now you mentioned the bridge. The bridge you are using Sphinx Labs, such a great team over there. We have had them over here for AMA. We will have them again, but definitely back for follow-up. But are you do you kind of like guys plan to have your own bridge, or you are sticking? You know, it's kind of like a long-term partnership with Sphinx Labs, and you're going to use their own.
Yeah, so in terms of the bridge, yes, we will have our own, but the kind of main reason why we wanted to make sure we have one with Sphinx is because they're really good and quite fast at what they do. So in order to kind of match the pace of our team with what they deliver in terms of the other blockchain elements, we wanted to make sure that we have a working bridge from a trusted team that we can use. Not until we have our own bridge, but along with having our own bridge as well, which we will. So we have other tools that we're integrated within the Sphinx ecosystem as well. We're not necessarily going to build all of them. Some of them we will just keep with Sphinx. I mean, for example, in terms of the launchpad, we're integrated with their launchpad, but we're also integrated with PinkSale. So people can launch through PinkSale as well, and that came last week as from PinkSale. We have DexView integration, we have DexTools integration, we have Gecko Terminal, as well as Bitmart, and then we have Dex Screener along with a few others, and we're starting to focus more on the wallet side in the coming while, along with building the bridge and other utilities in our ecosystem as well.
Wow, so much work. And yeah, you guys are everywhere. Again, with such a short period of time, it's really great to see that work over there. So that's the bridge. And how fast is the bridge right now? And if someone wants to bridge over, and what are the fees roughly with Sphinx?
The fees at the moment, to my knowledge, are around 150 Bitrock, which is around currently, I think, like, what was it? Let me calculate that real quick. We are at 0.06 times 150. So it's around $9, and you would be able to bridge within 1 minute or less. Some people it took just 2 seconds. Some people it took the full minute. Some people had issues. Again, mostly it's just it's a step-by-step process that we have a guide for that people need to follow. And for the most part, there were sometimes some legitimate bridge issues in the start. Now it's working fine, but that's why we have this 2-3 week period before we start launching the official projects that we're trying to get people used to the bridge functionality, how to bridge and stuff like that, and addressing any potential issues that may arise, so that when the time comes and official projects start launching on the chain, which is starting early next week, people would have hopefully less and less issues or questions on how to use the bridge.
Yeah, man, pretty fast. That's really good, and we have known, like, especially with new chains, with Shibarium or Pulse Chain, when it went live over there, or Base, it takes a lot of time. So that's why I asked how long kind of like it takes, and because people start worried, getting worried, and even FUD sometimes, like, where is my money? So yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, part of it, and I'll just kind of throw this out there for anyone who's attending the AMA who's either faced this issue or hasn't bridged yet but wants to bridge or is considering bridging. The step-by-step process to bridge is very clear, and we do have a guide and it's filtered in our chat. At the same time, to be able to actually see your tokens in your wallet after they are bridged, you do need to set up the Bitrock chain as a custom chain on your wallet. So you can set it up right now through Trust Wallet on Android. iOS does not have the custom chain functionality. You can use MetaMask, SafePal, Coinbase Wallet, and so on and so on and so on.
Awesome. And actually, I will post the details in the main chat. how you can have the chain into your Trust Wallet and MetaMask. But yeah, pretty good. Now, staking. How does staking work? What is the APY over there? And is that a fixed or variable kind of like percentage?
Yeah, so right now we started the staking. I think I can't remember when it went live, because of it's so much happened since launch. But I think it went live probably in the first 2 days or 3 days after launch, maybe before, but maybe like before the 3 day mark. I'm not sure, but the APY started at 90%, and we are announced ahead of time that we will continuously reduce it as sustainability calls for. And we also have there's the deployer wallet on Etherscan, which is holder number 2 there for everyone to see, which holds part of the supply. It is not locked. It holds part of the supply, which is used for exchange listings, partnerships. It's also used for replenishing the staking rewards. It was used for the bridge and so on. So it's a combination between reducing the APY every so often, and also adding more and more to the staking rewards as needed from that wallet. Currently it's at 60%, and we have 47% of the entire supply staked, which is
impressive. 3.2 million already staked in dollar value at current price. Pretty good. And do you guys kind of like plan at some point, I don't know, let's say once you reach, because of course you cannot pay 60% if people keep staking, first place, it's not sustainable for the project, for the chain itself. But what will be kind of like, is there a ground floor, you might say that they might have mentioned like once we reach, I don't know, 50% or 60%, the highest that we can do it will be 5 or 10% or something like that?
And no, and the reason for that is because it also depends on the price of Bitrock right now. So we want to make sure that the staking is attractive to people in terms of the APY they get and what that value equates to in dollars, versus how much percent is staked, our current market cap, how much we have left to replenish the staking rewards, and so on. So it's going to continue being reduced every so often. It's been reduced only once so far in a month. There's another reduction coming up as we start moving more and more towards the mainnet, because we plan to have staking there as well. So the ETH side will go down quite a bit in relation to that, so we can have the higher APY on the mainnet side.
Now, into mainnet side, okay, how will that work? What's the plan? Like, having the kind of like the coin over there on mainnet, and will people, how the process will work and how the team will implement that?
Yeah, so the current plan, which is not final and may change, but the current plan that we're trying to finalize is with the launch early next week of our official DEX token, which is RockSwap. So our official DEX is called RockSwap, and we need a token for that, similar in utility to PancakeSwap or Uniswap tokens. So when that launches, we're working on the staking in that sense, where you would stake RockSwap. So you would basically swap your Bitrock for RockSwap to buy it, essentially. You stake your RockSwap and you get Bitrock rewards. So you wouldn't be staking Bitrock directly on the mainnet. At least currently that's the plan. Again, this may change, but we're working on finalizing the staking structure there. But the plan that we're trying to kind of go with is to kind of entice people to buy RockSwap so that the project benefits with buy pressure. And at the same time, there's incentive for people to hold in terms of staking rewards and earn staking rewards in Bitrock.
Right. And do you guys have in plan to reaching out, let's say, Uniswap integrating,
Yes.
Bitrock, so people can trade over there, or do you want to have, people kind of like investors using RockSwap? Sorry.
No, so obviously the more dexes that we are integrated with, the better for our ecosystem and adoption. So we do have a connect that we are currently pursuing with Uniswap. It's funny that you mentioned that. Others will come as we grow more and more, but we are actively pursuing Uniswap right now for integration. Sometimes with these really big swaps, they can sometimes take time to reply and stuff like that. So it's going, we wish it would be going a little bit faster, but we're working on it. And Uniswap is definitely on our list, especially that it's, an ETH swap as well. So that's one thing. At the same time, we're trying to add more value to our own DEX to make people trade there more. There's no real difference. You would still have the same gas fees you would have with any swap, meaning let me rephrase that. So our gas fees are pretty much near zero, and I mentioned that earlier. So if our blockchain is integrated on whatever swap, you'd pay the same near zero gas fees no matter what the swap. But to kind of add more uniqueness and utility to our ecosystem, we're also working on making Uniswap a multi-chain DEX. Essentially, we're working on multi-chain integration within RockSwap, where essentially you would be able to buy tokens that are not on the Bitrock chain without having. So, for example, if you want to buy, I don't know, Pepe on the ETH chain, for example, you would be able to do that without having to hold Ethereum. You would basically only have to hold Bitrock, native Bitrock, and the gas would be equalized into Bitrock, and you would basically pay the gas in Bitrock. So you wouldn't have to convert for example, I don't know, Bitrock to ETH to buy anything. You just straight go ahead and use our swap. You wouldn't be able to do that on most other swaps out there. But again, the more integrations we have, the more benefit it is for the blockchain.
And that, is it going to be kind of like applied only on the east side, or even on the Bitrock chain, kind of like if they are, holding the coin over there, they can buy on Ethereum or BNB, for example, or it has to be on the same chain?
Gotcha. Well, considering that the aim of that utility is to pay gas in Bitrock, which is our native chain token, it would basically just enable you to buy, well, at least currently that's the plan, to buy tokens on other chains and pay the gas in Bitrock, because the aim is to reduce transactions on our chain on top of the already low gas fee. So people wouldn't have to bridge back and buy something on ETH. They can just stay on the Bitrock chain. But yes, I mean, in terms of the chains we want to add, we're starting with ETH, and then we're going to move on to BSC, and then adopt other chains in terms of essentially, adoption and market share and so on. So those are the first two on our list to get out, with Ethereum being the first.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's pretty smart, man. Considering the community over there that you have, the good following with the great work, etc. It's really to get that adoption with the swap, with the Rock swap. So yeah, you will definitely have people using it, and more gas fees when it comes to the coin itself, more usage of it. And is this something that the team is building in-house, or is it kind of like going to be a white label from a third party, from another project?
It's going to probably be a mix of both. So we do know some people who are experienced in kind of building that type of things, but it's not going to be like necessarily outsourced to those people. They're going to be, if anything, working with our own team to achieve the goal, which is essentially to build it as a Bitrock product or utility, with whatever help may be needed from people who may be more experienced in that area. But right now, that's currently we have it under control so far in-house. But I'm just not necessarily closing the door on involving someone else, or the team isn't closing that door because it may be needed. Some people, have different expertises and so on. So
yeah, absolutely. People contributing and kind of like working on building it, it's fine. But the question was more like if you are going to white label, like, kind of like take someone's white label, someone's swap, and use it as yours. But that's not the case over here.
No.
And yeah, because having the source code yourself, etc., you need it as a chain that you guys you're gonna be, and then at the same time you can white label that to the project that might want to have it as their own utility. And more kind of
Exactly.
like use cases, more gas fees, etc., will go towards Bitrock. So it's a win-win
Exactly.
situation.
And just the uniqueness value of it to kind of keep people on our blockchain without them having to really switch much, unless obviously it's a chain which we haven't integrated at the time. Again, we're starting one by one. So if we only have ETH and people want to buy something on BSC, yes, they would have to bridge back or not go through RockSwap. But the goal is to, as we add more and more chains, to keep more and more users on our chain without switching.
100%, 100%. And do you know roughly, again, if you have these figures, like what will be the fees for the swap?
Yeah, fees. I mean, there's not going to be much fees at the moment. As far as I know from the team, the fees for the swap are very, very minimal, if any at all, actually. So I don't have an exact figure right now, but what I was told is that they're going to be extremely low. So kind of somewhere around, like, not too far from the gas fees that we have on the chain.
That's good. That's good, man. That's good. Yeah, because that's the issue, and it's also the slippage that most of the swaps over there do have. And when we trade, when we buy and sell, we don't even realize it. We think like it's 0.01%, for example, but then you pay that price difference, that slippage, which you don't even consider. So yeah, that's good. Building a sustainable one, people can trust, people can use, and it's about volume in the end of the day. The more people using it, and the fact that you can cross-chain, like buy and sell on other on other chains, etc., will increase the usage of it.
Yeah, exactly. And at the end of the day, like you said, that's additional volume on our chain that we are happy to have.
Right on. So now you have DEX, you have everything in terms of projects launching, developers building over there. What do you guys have so far?
Yeah, so I've mentioned the integrations and so on. Currently, what we're looking at in terms of the next week ahead would be first of all the launch of our RockSwap token, which is the official DEX token. That will be a stealth launch coming early next week or by mid next week, and that's going to be kind of our main proof of concept, just to kind of make sure everything goes fine with the launch. And when I say official launch, it kind of falls into two categories. Specifically, RockSwap will be a launch by the Bitrock team, again, because that is our DEX. It'll have its own Twitter, its own Telegram, and so on. However, there are other projects that we have lined up for the next, like later next week and the coming week after as well, including like an NFT project, a Launchpad project, a merch project, and a few others. We have about 3 or 4, maybe 5 confirmed ones, who will also, 3 of them, I believe, will be doing their KYC with Assured DeFi. So the Bitrock team is KYC'd with Assured DeFi, and they are our KYC partners. So when I say official partner launches, in terms of non-RockSwap, so RockSwap is on its own, but other projects that we have lined up, it means that the Bitrock team has worked to vet those projects. They've talked to the teams, they've done their due diligence. They are valuable projects on the chain, and the teams of those projects have committed to some higher levels of security than any random project that someone might launch on their own on the chain. So some of those security levels would include KYCing or public doxing or renouncing the contract or burning the LP, or kind of any combination of those different things. And there's a couple more, but the benefit they get out of this is we drive volume to them because we promote them. We mention them on our socials. We give them incentives, and that is a strategy that we're trying to adopt to get more and more official projects launching. Obviously, as the kind of training wheels fall off from the blockchain and it kind of starts working by itself, and as in, we have lots of projects launching and adoption starts increasing, the people are still free to invest in whatever project they want, but we're trying to highlight in the beginning phases those specific projects so that we can have, a good reputation for our blockchain when it launches in terms of what we give marketing to or spotlight to, as well as attract those people to work with the Bitrock team to launch on it. So,
yeah, definitely. Especially on the early days, having really good launches can bring more attention, more exposure, more people coming in for those gains, etc. But in the end of the day, as you mentioned, they have to be vetted. They have to be really good ones, and not like a pump and dump, and then create kind of like a negative vibe for the chain. Like, for example, a good example, it's actually BlockChain. When they launch, all the projects were kind of like 90, if not 99% of them, 90% of them were pump and dumps and rags, and only one or two good projects. So kind of like people stepped back. They didn't want to use it. So yeah, you don't want something like this to happen, especially when you are on the first kind of like stages of building.
absolutely. I
In
just
terms
want to mention a couple of points, if that's possible, because I just got some feedback from the team on a couple of points. First of all, the fees for the DEX in terms of native transactions will be roughly 0.401 Bitrock. So that's not too far off from the gas fees. It is a little bit higher, but it is nowhere near, let's say, what you would pay on other swaps like Uni or Pancake or so on. Obviously, the fees are in Bitrock, so whatever the price of Bitrock is at the time is what you'd pay. But at the same time, 4 zeros kind of covers it not going over $1 anytime soon. So yeah, that's one thing. The second thing I wanted to mention is in terms of something I just remembered actually before the project launched. So as you know, the team kind of wanted to focus on the blockchain development. So when you were mentioning, was it all in-house or not? So in terms of the utility of the project, yes. In terms of, things like maybe the website or the staking platform or UI stuff or stuff like that, some people may have been hired. Sometimes you just kind of have to trust some people who are specialized in the work, but at the same time, we do have control over that. So we have done changes on their work to suit our needs. So I just wanted to make that very clear for transparency.
awesome.
That's all.
Good stuff. And when it comes to fees, yeah, there's literally zero, man. Literally zero compared to what we are paying on the other swaps. So that's really good to know. And it gives kind of like that vibe, that energy, that the team is not there for the fees, because a swap can really make big money. Let's not be fooled out of that. Like, Pancake Swap, etc. They are printing their gold mines over there. Good. Now, in terms, you mentioned vetting. So is the vetting process for the first few projects, or for maybe I'm not sure if you plan to have like being an incubator as well for the projects on the chain, but is the vetting going to happen in-house, or maybe like a certify will be for the KYC, etc., vetting on that part, and for contracts might be another kind of like a partner or advisor that you are working on?
Yeah, so it's a combination really, and it depends on the different level to which, or different levels to which the teams of those projects are willing to commit. So if they want to commit to a KYC, and we always encourage that, we don't always encourage public doxing, because to be honest, public doxing doesn't really mean too much. And in fact, it can really invade people's privacies in terms of their lives and so on. So, and you can still have, malice from the team, whether it's in the contract, whether it's a honeypot or rug pull or blah, 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 even if they're doxed. So holding them accountable to a KYC, to a company that works with government entities, is far more valuable. And our partner for that is Assure DeFi. So we always encourage the KYC. But there are other forms, whether it's with our audit partner, which is CTD Sec, who is also a partner of Assure DeFi as well. So they can conduct audits there on the contract or the different utilities that they have. They can renounce the contract. They can burn their liquidity pool, or again, any combination of those things. So to whatever level the team commits or is willing to go to, the more the Bitrock team is, kind of more willing to kind of promote the project and kind of push them as much as possible. So that's kind of how it works. But at the same time, it is not a short-term thing. Whatever, even if a year down the line, a project team comes along and says, we want to be an official partner with Bitrock, or an official launch partner with Bitrock, we'd be happy to do it again if they kind of follow those kind of criteria that we set. In addition, there will be a project dashboard on the mainnet where for the projects on the mainnet, with a focus on the official ones or official partner ones, you will be able to see different things such as whether the project has been audited, whether the team has been doxed or KYC'd, whether the contract has been renounced or the LP was burned, along with obvious project numbers and statistics like market cap and supply and all of that, just to kind of provide a tool for investors to make more informed investing decisions on the chain.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You mentioned earlier in our X space that maybe teams or people who want to have their own project and contract, they can build it through a token builder that you guys have. If you can touch a bit on that and how does it work. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Thank you for mentioning that. So I talked a little bit about kind of what we have ahead next week in terms of the project side, the launches and so on. Obviously, there's a lot of marketing that's going to be ongoing, again, around that time, to kind of get as much external eyes on those launches and the project in general. And on the utility side, the focus right now is the number one, that token builder that you just mentioned, and the mainnet staking. So with a priority to the token builder. And I'll mention the reason for that. Basically, the token builder is a tool that will be available for anyone who wants to deploy a contract on our chain through 5 very simple steps. Whether it's a developer or someone like an amateur who wants to develop something but doesn't have, or deploy something but doesn't have the necessary knowledge or skills. Or at the same time, if you are someone, even if you're experienced, but you want to take a shortcut, essentially how the token builder works is that there's a preloaded contract which cannot be touched. And that's given or supplied by the Bitrock team. And it's a standard contract that can be deployed with very standard functions. So it's nothing like too advanced. But you're looking at stuff like max wallet, max transaction, what else, the buy and sell tax, kind of very standard contract functions. There's no honeypot code, there's no any malicious other malicious code or functions in the contract. You cannot even touch the contract. So you just simply put something like the total supply that you want to launch, the name of the coin, the ticker for the coin, and then you put the marketing wallet address, and then you're ready to deploy. And that's it. It's a very simple UI, which you can use. And then once you deploy the contract, before you add liquidity or quote unquote like officially launch it, you can then go to the Explorer and then modify whatever launch functions you want to set, like buy and sell tax, initial buy and sell tax, max wallet, max transaction, stuff like that.
Right on. And but they do still have ownership of the of those contracts,
Yes,
or
yes, and there's a function to renounce it if they want to. Yes.
nice. And what is the fee that they need to pay for for kind of like using the token builder?
That is a great question to which I'm going to try and get you an answer right now. But just hold on for a couple of seconds. I'm getting a reply right
No
now.
worries.
We have a very efficient team chat.
No, I noticed that,
yeah.
man. I noticed, like, with the answers that you came in regards of the swap fees, etc. So yeah, I appreciate them for kind of like paying attention to the AMA and getting
Okay,
back
so
to
there may be network fees. Depends on the network. Again, around the same as the RockSwap network fees, so like 0.4 or 501 Bitrock. But the token builder itself is free to use.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that it's aimed at adoption. We want to try, to get as many people to be able to launch on our projects as possible. And that's an additional tool that maybe not too many other blockchains have, where people mostly have to kind of deploy their own contracts. Some may not have the necessary knowledge, or some may copy contracts from other projects who that may contain hidden or malicious code, whether intentionally or by as an honest mistake. So.
No, that's very smart, man. That's very smart because by having that approach, like completely free, if someone wants to build their contract over there, which again, it's a simple contract. Let's not. So there's no misunderstanding over there. It's a pretty simple contract for people who might have like a simple idea. They don't need any complicated kind of like coding or lines, etc., or functions.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's really smart because you're giving it for free, but you are having the use of the chain and the fees and volume and lockers. So yeah, that's pretty smart. It's you're not losing, of course, anything over there other than winning from, and you will have actually more people coming on the chain from these projects.
Exactly, that's the point. Because again, even though the competition in the L2 scene is not super crazy, especially on ETH, like yes, there are quite a few, but it's not as many as you would think, and definitely not as many major players. And in terms of proof of authority, that we're just essentially trying to have as many unique but functional and optimized elements as possible for adoption to our chain, along with being a stealth launch, along with the team aligning itself with the right partners, and so on and so on. We're trying to build an ecosystem of user-friendly tools and beneficial platforms and stuff like that to be able to attract people to our chain. So whether it's the token builder or the multi-chain DEX or the NFT marketplace, which is being worked on, or the mainnet staking, and so on and so on and so on.
Right. And so within those contracts, I guess they will be safe, so they can't set the tax, for example, more than 40 or 50% or something like that, right?
Not more than 25. Not more than 25.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And in terms of locking, etc., locking LP, they will have full ownership of that. If they want like 1 day, if they want 1 year, 100 years. So if something happens with the contract and they want to relaunch, they will have either to lock for a shorter period of time, or they will have to wait until the LP is unlocked.
Exactly.
So nothing controlled from the team over there.
No, the LP is entirely up to them. And I do want to mention a very important note. Just because the contract itself might be safe doesn't mean you shouldn't do your own research and investigate whatever projects you're planning to invest in, because you might be faced with a safe project, but you might have a marketing farm. So you might have fees coming into a marketing wallet, and the team would be selling them on you, for example, or transferring them to other wallets. And that's unfortunately something that cannot be controlled, because there is no blacklist function in the contract, obviously for good reason. But at the same time, you're not able to control where those marketing fees or whatever's going into the marketing wallet, you can't control where it's going. So that's one thing. At the same time, even if it's not a marketing farm, you might just be faced with a bad team, an inactive team or an incompetent team, or people who make an honest mistake and then the project gets flooded to hell, and then you lose whatever you may have invested. So obviously invest whatever you're willing to lose.
100%. Yeah. By a contract being safe doesn't mean that the investment is safe, as you said. Either the team or the price or the kind of like there is no hype, there is no utility or something backing it up, so the project might die. Same with your investment, so always do your own research. Awesome. I had a question which actually I forgot right now. LP, actually looking their project that will launch over there and looking their LPs. Is this, are you guys going to provide your own kind of like locker, or are you going to use maybe Sphinx Labs or any?
Yeah, so we do have Sphinx right now. We also would have we have Pink Sale as well. So right now we are hopefully planning to have our own locker as well, but we have two right now, and obviously you can also lock on Pink Sale. So that's something else. And at the moment, kind of again to make sure that the development efforts are focused on the utilities that let's say are missing or would add the most short-term value to our blockchain, especially in terms of adoption. That's our main focus right now. So again, the token builder is at the top of the list, followed by the mainnet staking, and then followed by things like the multi-chain DEX. And then, we would go into our own bridge, our own locker, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because we have alternatives, basically.
100%. Again, just a reminder for everyone, it's the project has been out for only 1 month, and they already have achieved a lot, and they keep building and building over there, which I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of like quite surprising with core team of only 4 people, working and building everything. I know that you have advisors, partners, etc., but still, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time, kind of like running a project. It's time consuming, it's stressful. And yeah,
our in-house developer is extremely talented. I mean, to be honest, I'm sometimes astonished by the speed at which he delivers things. So shout out to the dev, or the main full-time dev on the project. He is a machine, really. Without him, I think we wouldn't be even close to where we are now. So,
has he had any prior project before, or is this kind of like the first project leading, or has he worked for any kind of like other big names out there?
Not that I know of, to be honest. So what I know is that individually, I don't know about him, to be honest, specifically, but I know that for the other members individually, we have either consulted or advised for other projects, like maybe a couple of years ago or something, whether it's in strategy and marketing, but again, not as team members, more as consultants or advisors. But as this team, it is the first project that this team brings to life, basically. So
awesome. Again, as we mentioned, project launched a month ago, stealth launch. Now, what makes the team kind of like motivated to work towards the project, towards the chain? What is their payout in a way?
I mean, currently, I can't really say there's much of a payout for the team. It's kind of more of a long-term thing, where different utilities that are built on the chain can be monetized. We have a staking bot that was built, and very simply, that is very similar to the buy bot that you see in different chats, like Bobby Buybot or whatever. There's a staking bot that the team built, and essentially, whenever someone stakes tokens, it pops up in the chat similar to how a new buy would pop up in the chat. So that can be monetized as well, similar to how the buy bot is monetized in the form of those little small ads that you see at the bottom, or being integrated into different chats. So the staking bot itself being taken into different chats can be monetized. Again, right now, the team isn't really taking a payout because the focus of all the funds, and again, everything is transparent on Etherscan. The focus is the development, is the exchange listings, is the utilities, is the partnerships, and so on. Once we are maybe many months down the line, when we're actually we have a name in the L2 scene, then we can focus on more monetizable utilities from which there can be payouts or stuff like that. Right now, it is simply and for the entire team, it's simply the main motivation is to provide something that the market hasn't really seen much of, whether it's the type of blockchain, whether it's the speed that the team delivers, whether it's the activity of the team, whether it's the type of marketing that we do, whether it's the utilities on the blockchain, and so on and so on, to prove that, well, partially to prove also that you don't need to have venture capital or pre-sales or massive seed rounds or private sales to have a successful, well adopted L2 ETH chain on the market.
Yeah, man, quite impressive. Again, because the team has put their own money towards building Bitrock, it's not. It's expensive, guys. To build and develop and keep actually building and working on that, and having people to pay because especially when you outsource a service or a developer for a small thing or whatever, they are expensive. They're expensive. I do work in a tech company myself. In the finance department.
Me too.
Not as a developer, not as a developer, but because I'm into the finance department, I know the numbers. I know kind of how expensive it's to develop a technology, a tool, and a utility, and especially when it comes to a chain. Now, since when it comes to nodes, so is the team kind of paying out the nodes and everything out of their pocket, and let's say how sustainably it's from their side, paying from their pocket until the project kind of starts bringing revenue?
Yeah, so the team does have nodes that I think around was it the last time I checked it was 7, but it may have gone up to 10 or maybe even more that are completely paid out of own funds, out of pocket, to kind of have something, because again, our mainnet went live on day 3. So with that, when we say live, we do have nodes. Additionally, we have opened up the door for members of whether the community or someone who's interested or someone who is a professional, let's say miner or validator and stuff like that, to become node validators themselves by applying with the team, or I think it was sending an email last I checked, or just DMing the team on Telegram to become a node validator. There is obviously a cap on the number of nodes that are needed, because there is a point after which it kind of doesn't really become effective to have more nodes, and especially in terms of payouts for the nodes as well. So we have a the max number of validators that we would have is 30 at any given time.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good, man. And of course, you need that cap. Otherwise, the rewards and all the stuff get diluted, and you don't want that. Then people start leaving. But at the same time, it's good that you have that interest for people reaching out, because at some point you will become busy. You will need more nodes, more validators, and so on. So that it's you will have the solution right there.
Yeah, that's all in place already. So again, the last week or 2 weeks, everything, was preparations and calculations were made well ahead of launch, but putting everything into place and making things ready for those official project launches has been the focus of this week, especially along with delivering the utilities in terms of the token builder and so on. So we're looking forward to a really good week ahead. You know, it's crazy to think. I don't want to talk about this too much, but it's crazy to think the potential, and I'm very careful about the word potential that a project like this may have, considering where we are at the moment, whether it's roadmap wise or project lifecycle wise, or even market cap wise, compared to other well-established projects that are kind of already there and functioning, whether it's Arbitrum, Optimism, Matic, et cetera, on the scene. It just gives you an idea of the potential there is for kind of stealth launching, which is a huge part of the value proposition there, because most of these other major players launched at much higher valuations and are not as appealing to the average investor. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna argue when it comes like to these big players. Let's say they start at a really high valuation, etc. But they have kind of like let's say the big connections in a way with big projects, with big money launching over there. But seems like you guys are well connected, and it's pretty obvious with everything that you have achieved, because let's be open, it's not easy to achieve what you have achieved without having the right connection, without not knowing people on the space, right? So I'm pretty sure that we will see some big projects over there in time soon. So yeah, hopefully. Keep an eye, guys. Keep an eye on BlockChain. Now, there is a question from Gotthard when it comes to nodes and in regards of the security. So what is the security on the server hosting, and are the core nodes running on a centralized server or self-hosted? Are the servers managed by the team or a third party? Can we touch upon a bit, but yeah, if you want to kind of like get on his question.
Yes, I'm going to circle back to that question because I want to make sure I mention the right information from the team. So they're typing right now. We can take another one and come back to this one after that, if that's okay.
No, absolutely. No, again, I appreciate the team being active and getting back to the questions. No other question. Actually, there was. Sorry, the chat is busy. Where is it? So if they have an OT team to double or triple check the contract to avoid any conflict, that's if you can. Oh, actually, that's a two-part question. Is that in regards of their contract or for the project that they are vetting, that they will launch over there? If you can make that clear. Until she gets back to us, in terms of again, you already have given kind of like a lot of information of the vision, etc. Of the project, but roadmap wise, other than the rock swap, actually no, NFT. You have the NFT marketplace over there. What's the plan with that? Is it kind of like under development? Is it ready to be launched?
Yeah, so the NFT marketplace is still in its very early development stages. Not very early, but it's going to come after some very key utilities that we are focusing on right now. But we do obviously acknowledge that it is something that does have an audience, that is appealing to a lot of people, especially that we plan to also have NFT staking as well. And again, even though some people have different opinions on NFTs and so on, it's just kind of another part of the ecosystem that is almost a must-have, because again, it does still have an audience, and we want to again attract those types of people to the chain as well.
No, man. I mean, if there is need for it, why not having it? If certain kind of like audience doesn't like they don't like the NFTs, doesn't mean that you cannot have it, within your chain, within your ecosystem. If there is volume, if there is need for that, go for it.
No, I was just going to say, we do, like, part of our early stage or early round of official project launches. We do have several NFT projects that are coming out, and the marketplace will follow soon after those launches. So when I say, kind of it's coming, but it's not our main focus, that could just mean a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. It doesn't mean like 3 or 4 months ahead. The team works very fast, extremely
we've
fast.
noticed that. We've noticed that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Noah is asking one bit rock and roll NFTs. So are you guys going to
rock
have
and roll?
NFT? So that's a good name.
Yeah.
That's a good name for your NFT. So do you guys plan to have any NFTs with any kind of like utilities, or is this something that have been discussed within the team?
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of official NFTs by the team, I'm not too sure on that right now. It may come in the future, but in terms of NFTs in general on the chain, yes, there's quite a few projects coming in that area. So, and they're already confirmed. So,
got it. Yeah, maybe you want to lock that name, Bitrock and Roll NFT.
yeah, trademark.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good name, I have to say. Kudos to whoever came up with that.
Good. Bitrock Balboa. Yeah, no. No, he's in a good shape today. So yeah, good to have you here. Awesome, man. Yeah, I was about to say before I jump on the NFTs, on the NFT part, in terms of the roadmap, like if you can give a summary, like what you have achieved so far, for especially for those who joined the AMA at a later point. What has been achieved, and what's kind of like down the road for how does your roadmap look like?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, in terms of what's been achieved, we launched with a live testnet, and then we launched our mainnet. We delivered the partnerships, the partnership components with Sphinx. So that includes the bridge, the swap, the launchpad, locker, charting, and airdrop integration. We finished our Explorer. We finished our the DEX as well, and the Telegram bot. So all of these are done. We have a KYC done with Assured DeFi. Audits are in progress with CTD Sec. Sorry, just a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, sorry. So that's one thing. Then we have different, obviously, listings. Your kind of standard CMG, CG, StockTwits, chain list. I think we have a Web3 listing as well. I forgot the name. It is probably the most used Web3 utility development, or they've integrated our blockchain as well. I'll get the name in a few minutes, hopefully, if I can. And then we have the partnerships. We have partnerships with the Brother Marketing, with JNR Advisors, with Roots Gains Lounge, with Nifty Investor, with Jolly Beans. There's a whole bunch of others. And we have partnerships that I can't really talk about too much because they're private partnerships with access to quite heavy wallets in their communities, which are private. So we have those as well, and those have helped, were a major part of what helped take us from a 3K market cap to a 30 million market cap in 2.5 weeks. In terms of exchange listings, we're listed on Bitmart and BitGet, and we are in discussions with tier 1 and higher tier 2s than BitGet to continue our listing journeys, our journey basically. So that's one thing, because we try to level up with each listing. And in terms of integrations, we are integrated with Gecko Terminal. We're integrated with PinkSale, with Dex View, with Dex Tools, with Bitmart. And there's further integrations coming, including Dex Screener. I may have missed 1 or 2 integrations, but I'm just going off the top of my head.
That's so many.
Yeah, and obviously we're focusing also on wallets. So currently the only way you're able to kind of have a wallet working with the Bitrock chain is through adding it as a custom wallet, which you are able to do on so many, pretty much all of the major wallets out there, like Trust Wallet, SafePal, MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet, and so on, or any other wallet where you're able to add a custom chain. But I think in terms of usage, those are the main 3 or 4. But we're essentially trying to focus on also integrating with those wallets officially, so that people can just simply choose the chain to enable it rather than add it manually, and that's going to be definitely a game changer for us, because again, it eases the adoption and increases the credibility of the chain itself. So we're looking into that, along with other platforms like Uniswap, maybe other swaps as well, Sushi Swap, etc., etc. So that's all coming in terms of utility. We have the token builder coming next week. We have mainnet staking probably next week as well. We have the multi-chain DEX. We have what did I miss? The NFT marketplace, NFT staking. There's a whole bunch of utility still, and we're just essentially in the beginning, because we haven't really even launched the official projects on the chain yet. And we've had a lot launch on our chain already. We've had projects reaching $1 million market cap. We've had probably more than $120,000 worth of Bitrock bridged already, or something like that, over the last couple of weeks. So we have seen volume. We have seen projects do well. But again, they were all non-official. But that just kind of gives you essentially like an idea of what you can expect when the actual official projects start launching. And there's a whole bunch of marketing coming as well. I feel marketing is not necessarily too useful to talk about, because people like to hear certain things, and at the same time, our marketing includes those things, the typical banners and trending and blah 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 blah. But at the same time, our partners have access to quite unconventional but effective methods of marketing, and again, that's proven itself to be effective since we've grown so much over the last few weeks. So we announce marketing as it comes, and we have a lot. Almost every day there's some type of marketing happening. Just today we were trending on Twitter after we announced that we were integrated with DEX tools. A couple of days ago we have a couple of YouTube videos. It's just something different every day, and I would just appreciate if people just look at the messages that we post and see the activity that we have in terms of marketing.
Oh yeah, 100%, man, 100%. And honestly, it comes like marketing is good. It's exposure, it brings new eyes, new people into the project, etc. But at the same time, people need to focus on what's kind of like the team is building when it comes to the project, when it comes to the chain. Yes, the marketing might bring price, kind of like some price hype, some price movement, etc. But this might be up and down. People kind of coming and joining and leaving at the same time, trying to catch that wave. But as long as people understand what's being built, as long as people understand the team that behind the project, on every project in general, if they are committed, if they are putting their time, their money on top of everything, since you guys are putting your own money, you don't have any investors' money put towards the project, so that's really good.
Along with the tax, we do have a tax. I just want to make sure that's clear. We do have a 4/4 tax, so not everything is coming out of pocket. We have a 4/4 buy and sell tax that obviously again goes into the same wallet, which is the deployer wallet, which is used for marketing, exchange listings, partnerships, developments, all of that type of stuff. So we have that as well, and that's very healthy. We have a lot of stuff that's paid for that hasn't even started. In addition, the team puts their own funds when needed, where needed.
Yeah, 100%. Actually, forgot. I want to ask about
Yeah, that's fine.
the tax. Yeah, man. There are so many things. So honestly, that we can talk about when it comes to when it comes to Bitrock. So in terms of the tax 4 and 4, what's the distribution of 4 and 4 actually?
Yeah, so first of all, that's only on the ETH side. There is no tax on the mainnet, so that has to be made clear, which is an incentive for people to move to the mainnet. In terms of the ETH tax, it is 1% to liquidity and 3% to, again, the marketing, development, partnerships, listings, et cetera, et cetera.
Awesome, awesome. Good, but yeah, everyone, make sure you join their Telegram. They have, they have an amazing community over there, pretty active. I know quite a few of us in here. We kind of like we were brought to Bitrock quite early, you know. So yeah, it's really great to see the kind of like everything that you guys have developed, the milestones that you have hit, and where you are now, and what's about to come next. So yeah, really excited for that. Looking forward to the next development and development stages and milestones. And yeah, more projects to launch over there. I think when it comes to projects launching, etc., it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one compared to conflict if we take under consideration the connections that you have, again, on the space and all that stuff. So keep an eye, everyone. Keep an eye on BlockChain. And any questions? Let's see.
Yeah, I want to circle back to the first question about the security part. I didn't forget. So just to make sure that they get an answer. So the team hosts the nodes, number one. In terms of security, our audit and cybersecurity partner is CTDSec, which is, again, also a partner with Assure DeFi, who did our KYC. We have a security team from their side, along with, obviously, the team from our side, who is responsible for the security of the chain, and the team is dedicated for the security of the chain. So we have trusted partners who, again, are the same people doing the audit with dedication to our chain. Essentially, it's an unlimited partnership because we've paid them for that. Which cost a lot, by the way, but they're also responsible for the security improvements and the infrastructure updates and improvements as well, and advising on that. Now, in speaking on that, just one very quick note. As part of improving our security infrastructure and security updates to also improve our audit score, which is, again, still in process, the audits, we had some security updates on the network last week, and I can very, very, very quickly go through some of them. So there are maybe 4 or 5 main ones, just to not necessarily bore people with the details and so on. But basically, we had, if I can find the post, just give me, sorry, a minute here.
Okay. Now take your time.
So we had network segregation and service separation. So the network was segmented to isolate machines and separate critical services to be able to contain any potential network attacks within that whatever segment is affected, and minimize the spread of those attacks or threats. We had measures implemented to, let's say, slow down or thwart direct request floods. We set customized network access rules for each machine, where essentially all the incoming traffic would pass through a firewall, a web-based firewall, before reaching the servers to filter out any malicious traffic or intrusion attempts. And lastly, again, what I mentioned was a dedicated team of cybersecurity specialists was assembled to monitor and safeguard the network infrastructure and traffic, and analyze any threats that may come in real time so that they can be resolved as soon as possible. And that's just what happened just in the last few days, partly in preparation for our official project launches, and also as part of the efforts to improve our audit score. So,
Awesome, man. Awesome. I know it might sound kind of like boring to,
Technical, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, too technical, etc. But it's really important, everyone, when it comes to the
yeah,
security part of it, because you don't want to bridge your money over and then have issues and lose your money or anything like that. And then you will kind of like go back to the team why you guys didn't look into this stuff and etc. So that's good, man. That's good. Thanks for the update.
of course.
Godfrey likes the answer as well. But yeah, I'm going to pass it back to you. If
Yeah,
you could give us a closing statement and a call to action,
sure.
why we should join for those who don't know Bitrock and they're first time across you, across the project, why they should kind of like join you over there and support you down the road.
Of course. So Godfrey, you're welcome. He tagged me, thanking me for the answer. You're welcome, first of all. Um, Guys, you and JD, thank you guys for having us at your lounge. First of all, it was an absolute pleasure, and honestly, it was a really nice conversation. And you, as well as the community members, asked some really good questions, and I appreciate when there's that type of engagement, because they may be questions on other people's minds who may not either be able to ask them or too shy or not bothered, but they get an answer anyway. So that's great. Why Bitrock? I mean, a couple of reasons. First of all, in terms of where we stand in terms of the project potential, it is a stealth launch, which means there's a much higher perceived potential return on investment compared to anything else that may have launched at higher market caps. That's number one. Number two, the team is. I mean, I'm a bit biased because I help the team, but essentially, the team is some of the best people, and I think the community testifies to that as well. They're very happy with the team. They're extremely responsive. They're extremely active, extremely skilled, and very competent in terms of their individual roles. And that's again something that yes, you may see in those bigger projects, but in terms of something that's stealth launched, you don't really see too much of this right now. We're not the only ones, definitely, but it's not something that is seen too much in the crypto space with stealth launches or 1 month old projects. Number three, we listen to our community. So feedback we get from our community is taken into consideration, and we have taken multiple actions based on that before. Number four, again, the actual value of the blockchain itself. So the infrastructure, whether it's the low gas, the very quick block time, which again, for example, Arbitrum can be as high as 14 seconds, 2 seconds, and that's already been tested by the community for buying and selling projects that have already launched on the chain. So that's not coming just from us, it's also coming from our community, as well as the fees, and as well as the TPS, which is currently at 13K, can be increased, but at the same time, we want to make sure that everything's fine, and we want to be very careful with how we start the official project launches on the chain. I think without going into too much detail or mentioning any specific names, all the respect to everyone, we've seen what can happen when you suddenly have a major flood of traffic onto a chain, and some components may have not been tested fully or developed fully or supported even fully after in case of issues. We have that covered, whether through Sphinx, through the team, or through our security partners, as well as the unique utilities that we are adding into our ecosystem, like the token builder, like the staking, like the multi-chain DEX, like the NFT market. All of these things, some may be more unique than others, obviously, but we're still in the beginning of all of this. So as much as the team has delivered, there's still even more to come and more to look forward to, because the adoption phase hasn't even really started. So we're pretty early here, myself included, and the potential, for everything, to kind of fall into place and, different milestones to be achieved is, something to really look forward to. And I don't like to speak about price, whether, anyone from the team or from the community or whatever. I don't like to speak about price. I will just mention this. Just do your own research, look at what we've achieved, the growth that we've had, where we are now. Do your own research and make your own decision whether you'd like to get involved, whether you'd like to just come into our Telegram and ask questions. Even without investing, you're more than welcome. But right now, we have, we have some up and down price action going on. We're not at our all-time high. We're about 3 or 3.5x away, maybe a little bit more. So there is potential just to even get back to that, along with all the catalysts that we have coming, including these official project launches, which in and of themselves are a catalyst for positive, traffic. I want to use that word, positive traffic, into the project, because some people either are going to start buying on the ETH side, bridge it, and invest in the projects, or they're going to buy on Bitmart, which we're integrated with in terms of our blockchain, and then send their tokens directly on the Bitrock chain to their wallet, and again, hopefully invest in those projects that are launching. So there's a lot of catalysts coming, and we'd love to welcome anyone who may either want to invest or have questions. You're all more than welcome, guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. Please do join their Telegram. Follow them on Twitter. More about to stay up to date with all the updates, announcements that they will be dropping anytime soon, and also to get any questions answered in terms of how to bridge, how to add RPCs, etc. If you are facing any issues, but Procrastinator, you've done an amazing job today, bro. I'm really excited that we had this AMA. I think I've been waiting this for quite a few days. So yeah, it's really great to have you here, and definitely we are looking to have a follow-up AMA at some point once you guys will have more updates and you will have achieved more milestones. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. This was Bitrock. Make sure again you do their Telegram, have a read on their website, have a read on the white paper. And if you have any questions, make sure you ask over there in Telegram. They have a pretty active community, as I said, pretty friendly, and they will get any questions answered. Stay tuned. We'll have some fun after sorry, it's been a long day. After the recording is over, and Procrastinator will need you to drop a really challenging question after the recording is over as well. So stay tuned. Thanks, everyone. Make sure you join their Telegram.
Yeah. So the question that I want to drop, should I drop it in text or on the voice chat?
Wait. Let's give it 1 second for everyone to know what's all about. So for everyone who is listening here, get ready in the main chat to type your answer. Procrastinator will drop a challenging question, not an easy one, since it's $20. So make good use of the $20 if you win. Go buy some Bitrock coins over there, and keep them in there. Keep them there. It's an upcoming chain, and they are just getting started, as she was saying. So yeah, whenever you are ready, drop it here in the VC, and people will answer in the main chat. And if you are from the Bitrock community, kind of like core community members, etc., give some time for the new ones. But no, it's for everyone though.
I mean, obviously. No, it's not the easiest question, and I just hope that it's clear enough. So my question would be, what are the advantages of having a proof of authority blockchain as opposed to proof of stake or proof of work?
Ooh, I like it. In one sentence, everyone, not one by one like nose. It's just better, isn't it? No.
Yeah, he won. Give him the $20.
Let's see. Come on, everyone. It was covered, I think, twice during the AMA. So let's see. Long day, everyone. Thanks for staying around. Thanks for listening to this AMA. Let's see who will get the question correct.
We can maybe have people try to give rather than like one, two, three kind of buzzwords, just very briefly add a very small explanation on each one.
You lead, man. It's your question,
I'm
show.
just saying because otherwise it can just kind of be copied over from places, and I just want people to kind of just be take a chance to kind of learn more about the whole proof of authority aspect and realize why it's a valuable addition. Again, it's not the only right one. They're all, they all have advantages and disadvantages, and we're not claiming to be, the only one that is the best necessarily. The only thing is it's a different variation or different infrastructure compared to existing solutions. So why, basically?
Let's see. You got a challenge over there, Ron. So I will leave it to you then. If you are happy with an answer, go for it. You have any other AMAs or anything after this one? In terms of time-wise, are you okay?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. No, I was just saying, no, I'm good. I don't have any other AMAs. It's just past midnight here in Dubai for me, but I'm good for now. It's fine.
Got you, nice. And just a reminder for everyone who is still in here, we will have a Twitter space. It's our weekly roundup, starts in 26 minutes from now. We have a nice, really nice lineup over there for tonight's roundup. Again, join their Telegram if you have questions, and just to stay up to date. That's kind of like the more important one. I like the participation though. Come on, nice. Who will get it?
There's some good answers there.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the people are really just having at it. Everyone wants a piece of those $20.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a nice little chunk of Bitrock.
Yep.
$20, right? Who knows
It's
what
a
that'll
start.
be
I mean, honestly, yeah, they can use it for buying the first project on our chain. So
that's a great idea.
with a stealth launch, $20 can actually get you a lot. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Risk-free. So let's see. Do we have anyone? Dun.
Have any of them gotten close?
Yeah, I'm looking through them right now. There's quite a few, so I'm just going through them. Man, there's so many good ones.
I know. It's hard to choose.
Oof. Okay, I'm gonna need a minute.
Yeah, that's fine. No rush at all.
Take your time. I just want to say, Bitrock community, you guys rock. Bitrock, literally. Such a great energy, man. Yeah. It's really great to have you here.
All right.
Because you can have the utilities, you can have everything, but if you have that energy within the chat, that hype, that engagement, etc., projects might look kind of like especially if you are in early stage, might look dead. You might have the best utilities out there, but because it's a community, that it's a free marketing in a way.
Yeah. I want to mention one thing that I've noticed in a few answers. A lot of people have defined what proof of authority is, as opposed to kind of, comparing or mentioning the differences between the other things like proof of stake or proof of work. But it's all fair. They're all correct. But I want to focus on the ones who actually kind of answered it as well as possible. So there's a few here.
Justin.
Yeah, there's quite a few. There's
What
still
is
quite a
that?
few.
Justin.
ChatGPT straight away. By the way, I have unmuted the voice chat. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. If you are muted, just leave the voice chat and join back again, and you will be unmuted. If you have any questions, feedback, or anything like that, feel free. Feel free and yourself. And just another reminder, we have the Twitter space coming up in less than 25 minutes from now. Nice one, Justin. ChatGPT is your friend. Is it 3.5 or 4, Justin? I assume it's GPT-4.
Nice. Oof, Justin, bro. Jesus. I want to make sure I read it because, just because you type an essay doesn't mean you automatically win.
That's from GPT. That's from GPT.
Oh, okay, got it.
Don't take him seriously.
He's cheating.
He's cheating. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Justin, was that GPT-4 or 3.5?
It's 5, bro. What are you talking about? I'm advanced, son.
Ooh. In the meantime, I will have the duck race. JB has taken a screenshot as always. That's at a random point during the AMA. Make sure you check the first pinned message for the rules. If you win, you need to be part of Bitrock's Telegram, of our announcement channel, follow Ninja Twitter. And yeah, we'll give you a few seconds before I start the duck race to follow the steps over there.
All right, we have a winner, I think.
So what? Yeah, I want to know what you think, because like for me, proof of authority always just meant it's just less computing power.
That's true. That's part of it. It's not all of it, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, a major part of it is that, but also definitely more scalable and also more secure because of slightly less decentralization. But I think I would probably go with.
Drop it! Come on, we are waiting.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Let's go with.
No, I'm excited. I want to see who is the winner.
Yeah, let's go with Yuki.
Which one? Which was her answer?
Let me tag you in it. Just a second.
ChatGPT's not gonna be friends with you now.
Yuki, you are killing it. I mean, your attention during the AMAs and the other stuff. Great job. You deserve it.
What is your tag? Oh man!
And show us your notes of today's. She always keeps. She always keeps notes during the AMA.
That's how you.
Oh wow! Really? That's impressive.
Smart.
I think I tagged you. Yeah, she had multiple answers, but I mean, all of them essentially add up to a really solid answer, to be honest. So.
Yeah, sacrifice. Exactly. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh wow, she actually did take notes.
Yeah, she did.
Crazy. I don't think I've seen anyone do that in any of my AMAs, because I just tend to, and I'm sorry about that, but it's just a habit that I'm trying to work on. I just tend to kind of go on and on until someone stops me. I'm just really passionate about the project, and at the same time, there's a lot going on, so it's not a good combination.
Oh man, I can imagine. And also we have the first winner of the duck race, Ryan Johnson. Where is Ryan? You have 10 seconds. Unveil yourself. If you are under the rock, come on the surface.
We're recording, right, guys? Just making sure.
Not yet. No. This is out of. You want to
recorded? But the AMA. No, but the AMA itself.
Oh yeah. I will send in our group the recording of it. But yeah, man, it was a really good one. Honestly, I had fun.
Yeah, it was a great AMA.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I like what you guys are doing over there.
Oh man, it's a lot of work. My wife is complaining, honestly.
Yeah,
I
no
know.
doubt.
I can relate. I can
Yeah,
relate.
yeah.
Ryan, 3, 2, 1, and Ryan is disqualified. We gave enough time for you to come up under the rock. And Sujay, where are you, Sujay? Sujay, you have 10 seconds, and he is typing. He's always here, not here. Let's see, Bitrock community, are you there? He is there. Congratulations, my friend. And now I'm gonna do the NFT duck race, and then I will do some more duck race for the PLS as always, so we don't forget that those races for the PLS giveaways. Give me one moment, and let's do the NFT one. So, how long you been in crypto, procrastinator?
Yeah, about 7 years now.
7 years, nice. Feels like ages.
Lost a lot of money, made a little bit of money.
This is how I put myself. Wait for the next bull run.
Yeah.
So let's see if it will work.
Wait for ETH to hit 750 and then just load up and let's get back at it.
750, 7.5 or
750.
750 or
No, $750. Yeah. So like Bitcoin's coming back down again.
What's the price right now? Wait, I have not checked. I've been like 3 hours already or actually more.
Here we go. 27.
Oh,
just under 27.9.
Oh, really? Wow.
yeah, as long as it broke that, because it's been above 28.8K for about 2 months. This is what I was looking like, and it broke that range over there. So let's see. Really curious now.
You won.
The market
So-
is bleeding.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're gonna see that for a while still. Like everyone was all excited, but again, there's gonna be like these little mini bull runs in between. But just remember, they're just little mini bull runs.
Honestly, it's
there's
needed,
still a lot
though.
of financial. Yeah, it is.
It's needed because it brings some engagement, some hype, some activity, stuff. So imagine because it's a long kind of like bear market. Imagine if it was only red, like during all this kind of like year now. It's about years. It feels like people would just give up and leave.
Well, I think if ETH touches like 800, 750, that'll be the start of the bear or the bull. I mean, like there's no way people don't load hard at those prices.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean like your average investors. I mean institutional investors and massive holders. I know.
So I'm going to do 25K PLS right now. And how we are going to do it, you will join the Bitrock group and drop a joke that it will include Bitrock or Rock and a Ninja. And if Procrastinator likes it and laughs with it, will be the first winner. So join the Bitrock community, drop a nice joke.
In his community?
His community, yeah.
I mean, it's not mine. It's not just mine.
yeah. No. I mean, Bitrock. Sorry.
Yeah, I got you. I'm just messing. That's fine.
So drop a good joke, which it can include the word ninja and rock or Bitrock. Let's see. We have 15 minutes before the Twitter space, so be fast, be creative, and make him laugh.
Who's hitting the vape? I heard it.
Vape, yeah. Not me. I don't smoke. I quit smoking.
Oh, my bad. That's me. Yeah.
No, not you. But I quit smoking anything for 6-7 years now. No
Oh,
vape.
good for you.
Yeah, I used to be like a heavy smoker, yeah. And out of sudden, one day I decided that's enough. Guys, not in the Ninja Lounge, in the Bitrock community. Bitrock community.
Oh, nice. 4,800 members. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty nice number, right? It's not anything high like 20K or something.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
boughted.
No,
Yeah,
it's not. And the funny thing is, we have more holders than Telegram members.
Yeah, actually, I want to bring this up. You guys have about 5K right now, holders?
Yeah, we're over 5K. Yeah.
That's
Nice.
impressive.
Yuki, I'm curious now. Drop the answer. So, why did the ninja start using Bitrock? I'm
We're
curious
waiting
of
for
the
the
answer.
punchline, Yuki. I mean, I don't know how I feel about Yuki winning twice, but if it's a good joke, it's a good joke.
No, whatever makes you laugh. You have to be fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because they wanted their crypto moves to be stealthy as their ninja flips.
Interesting. Interesting.
So yeah, you have another challenge over there. Pick the best one.
Putting
If you
me to
like
work.
more than
Jeez.
come on,
I'm just messing. No,
it's
I'm
for
just
your
messing.
it's for
Obviously,
your
I'm just
entertainment.
messing. I'm just messing. Justin is just ripping him out there.
Yeah,
just
it's
messing.
ChatGPT, bro.
Okay.
Can you,
Gotcha.
bro? Can you make? It's pretty simple. In the end, put ChatGPT to include like in 2 sentences or in 2 lines, not like a whole book on whatever you ask.
You just put right after you have it, just put like make it shorter, and
Yeah,
it'll
but you're
shorten
not.
it up.
Why did the ninja bring her up? Because they want to show.
They're actually hiring. Like, there's a lot of companies hiring people that are familiar with ChatGPT right now. So anyone that's like in that space, or anyone looking for work, for part-time work and stuff like that, there's tons of companies that they're hiring people to do ChatGPT work for their businesses.
But the way, Procrastinator, I forgot to ask, in terms of the Explorer, you guys landed with the current version of that you're using, I guess, due to the cost, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously just it's going to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, the UI is going to be improved. There's going to be enhancements, but as a working product, it's working, and that's the main important thing that we.
No, absolutely. And having kind of like a copy of BSC of Etherscan, etc., it costs a lot of money. So at this early stage, you really need to be kind of like mindful of how you're spending your development marketing.
100%. 100%.
So is RockSwap is owned by you guys, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, like from a safety standpoint, what we saw happen with RocketSwap, you guys all good on that end?
Yeah. So RockSwap is also being audited at the moment, and yes, there's no people have used it. We've had people launch tokens and buy them and swap them. There's no issues, no reported issues so far.
Yeah, that's good.
Again,
it's just people are
being audited as well.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's just they're aggressive at those exploits for the new swaps and stuff like that lately. Like they're attacking them, trying to look for those little small exploits they can find in it, and people are missing them. So yeah, it's good. You make sure you get a good solid audit. Make sure there's nothing in there they can get at.
Yeah. And again, our security partner, our audit partner is also our security partner. So again, part of their scope is to look at the swap. Again, not just the audit, but from a security standpoint as well. So the team is monitoring and they're ready for when the launches happen. So if anything comes up, it'll be dealt with very quickly.
Is that Strikeforce or Solidproof?
No, CTD Sec. They're partnered with Assure DeFi. They've worked with DEX tools. They've worked with Ripple. They've worked with Ethereum. Just a few. So.
Yep. Yeah, I know who they're.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I honestly, even though it's not Where was that joke? Oh man, I like Ziggy's joke. That kind of made me laugh. It's not like the most appropriate one, but it's funny. I like it. Said the only thing a ninja loves is being rock hard. I like that one. Yeah,
Ziggy.
yeah.
A
The
dirty,
Ziggy
dirty
sneaky
boy.
one. Yeah. Naughty.
DM me your wallet, Ziggy.
That one takes the cake for me.
I didn't know we were allowed to go dirty. Jeez.
No,
I
totally.
mean,
It's not.
you're using Chat GPT anyway, so
Oh no, I can write dirty ones. I just did one for fun on GTP.
fair enough.
And actually, I'm gonna do another one. I feel I'm in a good mood today. I'm gonna pick up the same names that we had during the AMA. I know quite a few people left. That's fine. We'll find a winner. Yeah, let's do another 25k PLS. Another 25k, one winner. Before we jump into the Twitter space, I need to have some water, get a snack, and yeah, seven minutes for the Twitter space, everyone. Stay tuned and good luck. Have you seen that craze
Snacking on.
before? I don't know. I will just on the fridge find something and come back back into my desk. But no, it's been, even though it's been a busy day, it's been a really good one. The Twitter space with CoinMerge went really well. We brought up Bitrock over there. AMA went fantastic, and now with the roundup, I like those days.
Oh, get out of there, Badger.
Come on,
Bad
Badger.
No Badger. Went too quick. He's out.
Someone's coming from
Little
back.
Sizzle. No, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson again. He likes PLS. Where is Michael Jackson? Is he still here? Type in the main chat, Michael. Come on. I think I saw him. He's been pretty active, especially on Twitter. I don't see him. Seems like he had to leave. Yeah, I mean, we are 2 hours on the VC here. We were 2 hours on Twitter space, so it makes sense. But thanks everyone for being around, for supporting. Much appreciate. Don't forget the Twitter space. Absolutely, thank you, Yuki and Sujay. So Sujay again. Is Sujay still here? Seems like it's your lucky day, my friend. Where is Sujay? Did he have to leave? Or she? I don't. Oh, there you go. DM your wallet, 25k PLS. Congratulations. Right. I will mute myself for a few minutes. Get some stuff. Get some water stuff. But yeah, and Twitter space in 5 minutes. Thank you so much, everyone. Procrastinator. Looking forward, man. Really enjoyed it, and yeah, you are a great speaker. Really good energy, good vibe, and keep it going over there. Keep going. Let's build.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys having us. Honestly, this was one of the most fun AMAs I've been in a while. So thank you for that. Great community. Honestly, super engagement, super engaged. Sorry, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for having us, and we'll be back probably very soon. So.
Oh yeah, you will, guys. You will. Sorry, JB. I'm gonna mute myself now.
Yeah, go. It was a pleasure to have you. Looking forward to the next one.
Thanks, JB. Appreciate that. Thanks for having us. And yeah, I know we had a couple of mic issues today, so yes, I will sort that out. It might just be a setting on my computer. If not, I'll get a new mic. That's fine. I apologize.
Yeah. I just want people to be able to hear you because you're such a great
Absolutely.
speaker. You know what I mean? And
thank you.
Want them to get the full value of it for sure.
Maybe I'll get some type of ASMR mic then.
Oh, that sounds fancy. I don't know what that is, but it sounds fancy.
It's like one of those like up close when they kind of like almost talk in your ear type of things.
Yes, do it. Do it. You'll have to. You won't be able to say no then. Mesmerizing.
Yeah.
Sound. Cool. All right.
Th-
Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you
see
guys. I
soon.
hope you have a
Yep.
great night. Yeah, definitely.
too.
Thank you so much.
Be in
And
touch in that
you're
group.
all more than welcome to, yeah, definitely. You're all more than welcome to join our group. Happy to have you guys around. And we'll see you guys back here again at Ninja Lounge soon.
Awesome. Sounds awesome.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Okay, you guys. So we do have in 4 minutes. Mike, it's been a marathon today. We've had 3 events back to back. But yeah, we have Twitter Spaces in just a few minutes. The monthly roundup. We've got 4 projects and Mind Token. Ed's here right now, I think. Is going to be speaking today. So we get lots of good updates over there. But I hope you all can join us over there. We will have a little giveaway, but mainly just hanging out. It's going to be nice and relaxed over there, just chatting with some great projects. So, Arian, Arian is muted. Not sure if you wanted to keep this open for a particular reason or if I should just shut it down and we all meet
shut it
over
down. Everyone go to
Twitter. Yeah, I just didn't know if he had something else he wanted to do, but okay.
Yeah, if you
All
want to
right,
grab
yeah.
water.
Let's meet over in Twitter. I'm going to post the link here for everyone. Hopefully it works. Let's see. Here we go.
Never know with Elon.
I know. There we go. All right, everyone. See you in Twitter. Thanks for being here.